it is me, Vanglorious. Welcome back to another video and another car, as you can see. This one is my 2014 86, aka FRS. I've had this car for 8 years, but it is 10 years old because it's a 2014. So this car really used to be my daily for 8 years, and then now it's the occasional car ride, or maybe twice a month I drive this car if the weather acts right. So you're probably wondering, why am I introducing this car to the channel again? And I'm reintroducing this car to the channel because we're gonna do a glory series. So what I mean by glory is we're gonna make this car glorious again. Because this car is 10 years old, it's having some 10-year-old fatigue on it. And you'll see by some of the markings on the car, how it sounds, how it drives. A lot of that old car has now set in with it. So instead of getting rid of this car, I wanted to devote this series to keeping it good. You know, you don't always need to get rid of a car just because it's old. A lot of times there's some simple things you could do to keep it fresh, and you'll understand why you enjoy the car in the first place. I primarily don't drive this car because it is the slowest and not the newest in the fleet. But at the same token, I'm able to do so much with this car, with space. It's my winter car. I have winter tires for this car. It's the car I can depend on and have been depending on this whole time. So I'm going to show you a few things about this, and we'll put this into perspective. And there's also something that I really don't show people that often, so consider yourself lucky if you're watching this, because I'm ashamed that I let this get this bad. So being that this place that I moved to is brand new, there's a lot of building that is still going on. So what you're seeing here is all the construction dust, and this just could not be saved. Because the Zuper is in the garage and this was in the driveway at the time, the brunt of all that dust has now ended up practically all in this engine bay. So this is the filth that I typically don't show people. I definitely will be doing something about this soon, but this is part of what's been killing me about kind of having this car around with it still looking like this. So I thought maybe if I show it to you, I'll actually do something about it. So this is something that we're going to be addressing in another video that has to do with detailing. So stay tuned for that. We will be doing that. So outside of the different wheels, we do have the stock braking system. So the stock pads and stock rotors. There is a rust ridge on top of the rotor, so that is not good long term. We do have EBC pads and rotors in the garage right now that we can put on there. So we're going to be doing that in the course of this series, but it'll improve brake feel and just the initial bite that the pads have. Then I will be doing a brake fluid flush to go with that, just so the brake feel is cohesive from start to finish. We have the spoiler here. The spoiler is still on here, but my only ordeal with it is that it's lifting in this section. So I'm going to be taking this off for like the third or fourth time I've owned the car, and actually just either getting it painted or just cleaning it up so it has a better mating surface, so it's actually sitting flush on the trunk. I mean, it's been pretty good and it hasn't came off, but I just want to make sure that that's fine. So there was a hit and run that somebody did to the car many years ago, but honestly I haven't really been worried about it. It'll probably stay like this, but I do plan on getting this car polished, because although the paint does look good, a lot of times it looks dry. So on camera it probably looks fine, but in real life, not happy with it. So we'll be doing some detailing work to freshen up this paint again. So I'm in the car right now, and what you're hearing is the exhaust from the outside. Now if I hop back out, you'll actually be able to hear it. It sounds pretty rough. Yes, it's still coming out of the bag, but it is rusted out in this section right past this muffler right here, or this tip. And driving it, it's very drony. It went from being really cool sounding to not that great sounding, so we need to do something about that. And I do have a part that is coming that will fix this, because we can't really repair it at this point anymore. But this is what the car sounds like from the outside. So we're taking a drive. You can probably already hear what's wrong with the inside. shifter. It just rattles. Only at a certain RPM though. I thought I could like be okay with it. I'm just still not alright with it. So at some point we're gonna get rid of this shifter or figure out a way to fix this from happening. That's gonna be one of the things I will fix. We're in dire need of suspension. Like the stock dampers are probably super clapped out. And I just want to remind you all, this car was my daily for 8 years, so it's been through a lot. It's been through everything, practically. So it definitely deserves a set of coilovers with a much better setup. I think this would motivate me to drive the car a lot more. It's really that and the exhaust is the main reason why I don't drive this car that much. It does everything else great. Well, maybe not speed, but everything else is pretty cool about the car. I still like the way it looks and stuff like that, and it feels special in a way, but it just needs a little bit something else. So yeah, I'm just trying to dedicate a series to this because I think this would be a great idea, sprucing up a car again. And it just goes to show, like, yeah, the car is 10 years old, but it's not a 20, 30, 40-year-old car. It still has life in it. It just needs a little bit of work for it to feel new again or feel newer. I feel like a lot of enthusiasts, we've all been there before. We drive a car for a while and then it doesn't feel as tight as it used to feel. It feels kind of loose, you know, like, because, you know, bolts to your suspension, bolts to different things come loose, you know, things experience wear. But it don't necessarily mean you need to give up on a car. And I'm not going to front. Between driving the Z and the Supra, it's easy to not drive this car or care. But I feel like a lot of people fall into this habit of letting things get horribly bad to the point where, like, it doesn't make sense to fix it anymore. When in all actuality, I can take a couple of dials and fix this car and make it feel good again. So that's what we're gonna do. So hopefully you guys stay with me on this journey. It's gonna be a cool one. I'm not knocking it out right away. I'm literally just gonna replace things at my leisure. So I'll most likely do things that are easy and then progress to the harder stuff. So I'm probably gonna do some detailing with the car first, and then we're gonna do the brakes with the brake fluid flush, and you know, it should help with the feeling of having this car or even just driving it. So those are deer. Oh man, I do not like deer. Anyway, that's what this series is about. So don't expect back-to-back videos week after week. It's just not going to be one of those things. It'll be, like I said, at my leisure. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're looking forward to some of the changes. I think some things are going to surprise me as I do them, and maybe some other things won't. But I'm excited to do this. I think it's cool, and hopefully other 86 owners or anybody else who's looking to get any one of these cars, you'll probably be motivated to buy a 10-year-old 86 and just do what I'm doing. And you'll grow to appreciate it and love it. So that's all I have for this video. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Y'all have been killing it with the likes, comments, and subscribes. Y'all really are shooting at the gym with me, so I appreciate that. Keep it moving, keep it going, all right? So that's it for me. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.